Jade Dragons and the Eldritch Hounds square off for a best-of-5. Winner moves on to the finals tomorrow. Loser goes home. It all starts here in game number 1. To do that, we'll throw it over to Dave and Gore.
And we officially move into our best-of-5s here on the Smite Pro League Kickoff
Coming in today, right? Especially in game number 2. Game 1 maybe a little cleaner. But I think that they had a lot going for them. Oath, looks phenomenal on this Thanatos at one point yesterday.
This is new, right? Am I crazy?
No, this is definitely, this one's new.
I don't know if we've seen green and red get pulled with
so
one
struggling
another.
a little further behind. Dardas, as you can see, is going to hit 2 as well. So it is going to be...
Well, Mike pulled Harpies, it looks like.
Where does that leave? Well, Lasper hits 2 going into the lane, so everybody's feeling pretty good about it as they walk forward.
And I assume vote and on what we've seen the last few years. Oath was a miracle worker for the Hounds yesterday. Quadra kill on this very pick. Won't get first blood yet, but does force Nika into the ultimate.
Especially the farm game.
Yep.
They've got that on lock so far. What I saw yesterday was really impressive from the Hounds.
Quig initiates onto Vote, who gets pulled back through. Oath is here, though. That'll make it a 3 versus 2. And you like those odds if you're the Eldritch Hounds. First blood. And of course, Oath is here to play a role. Vaporish Coast, the one who notches the kill if you don't execute it perfectly. So that's really the first defender of Olympus we've seen so far this game. Vote on the other side of the map. Engaged on by Vaporish Coast, but drops a Fields of Love. Oh, this is trouble. Oath is close by. I'm not sure he's in execute range, Vote, but doesn't have beads. Oh, he plays the dash perfectly. Oath is going to take an extra tower shot as well. So as Darda is able to get in range, Vote's made the slippery play, but now it's Quig trying to zone out, and Quig may be the one to fall. The chain goes out on a mic, but the walls come together, and Argus deals the last bit of damage. The Jade Dragons able to answer it back, but Dardes wants more, won't get any more.
Whereabouts knowledge from Vote. It seems like Oath isn't just done with the duo lane.
Mike, he's silenced, already used his walls here, so Northern Fury's got to get it done, but up down on the pull-in.
Wow.
Simple enough for the Eldritch Hounds. Quig sets it up, Oath knocks it down. But Gold Fury pulled and should be secured here by the Eldritch Hounds unless Mike can make a play happen. Not in range, and the Hounds over on left have started to dominate game number 1 here against the Jade Dragons. 2,000 gold lead. A chance to answer back, though, and that call is answered. Goes on. But beads never get picked up. Vote falling 1 level behind. Vaporish Coast here. A battle between the AD carries. This could be a solo for Coast, but Vote dodges out 1 auto. And it is indeed a solo for Vaporish Coast up against the veteran in Vote. Making a name for himself already. 3-0-1 for Coast on the Ishtar. And he's not even in studio. And he's still making it work. On the Thanatos, making some plays happen. Now Oath over in solo lane. Nika smart enough to get up, but Oath has ultimate as well. Can Oath close the gap? Should find the execute, does, but he's underneath the tier 2 tower. Lasbra throws out the taunt, but the beads from Oath are perfect. These Hounds newcomers are just making plays happen across the map, and the communication lines are clear. But again, we've seen the Dragons answer back a time or two, wants to do so now. Lasper dashes forward, taunts in. We'll answer back a kill onto Oath.
Yeah, got the beads last time, right? All you had to do is close gap. You got Dardes' backup. This might be a little more troublesome. They've stayed in combat maybe too long. What a huge boulder!
Oh my god, Ducky is running the solo lane. Dardes uses the shield, 1 more tower shot. We'll give a killing spree over to Dardes. Benny Q now underneath the tier 1 as well. Walls up from Mike. As it's Quig who's tanking up that tower, and that'll be the end of the killing over in solo.
Yeah, feels really good. You can see it taking place in itemization. A lot of it actually over here in the carry role. I'm surprised Vote is going to go for this fight, but he's going to have a little bit of help. Yeah,
that's right. He's got Lasbra. Can just auto attack the tower once or twice. Lasbra will dash forward. Beads off of Coast, but Coast standing and fighting. It'll be Aegis out by Vote, so no execute for Oath. But Vote is in some serious trouble here. That heart bum does stun.
Speed buff.
There'll be a little bit of a chase now. Vote dodges out the axe, and that's actually enough. Seems like both junglers right where they need to be when their carries
it would then be a shutdown on the killing spree, things like that. But that's actually a huge deal in terms of some of the gold. Now you're getting control on the map because of these plays. I think that we are looking at a Hounds team that is not only incredibly hungry, but playing really adept in the way that they're trying to tackle this.
It's a team that's playing with confidence. Oath confident that he's got to use his ult to get out. Tier 1 tower, a bit of a consolation prize for the Jade Dragons, but is Vote in trouble? For the moment, yes, but maybe it's Quig that should be worried. A dash away from Vote, avoids the dueling dragons. And a polymorph on the other end has all but killed off Quig, but Quig will live. Benny Q won't. Yeah, he's still on the map, but now the Yu Huang is missing.
Might have some retaliation. Quig has a little bit of sustain. I don't know if they can keep this team fight going, though, with a support so low.
Nika's tanky enough, and Atru will have Lasbra closing the gap. Quig's still in trouble, but Nika has his eyes elsewhere, and it's on the beads of Oath. This is where some of that veteranship can flex. It's when the Jade Dragons can group up and chase down targets, and it's working out. A double kill for Lasbra, and Dardes has a couple in this fight as well. Can Oath make a miracle happen again? Happened yesterday, but not today. A double for Dardes, a double for Lasbra, and a D aside, and maybe FG for the Drag.
Wow, you're getting good plays from Mike, good plays from Lasbra and from Nika to separate the Hounds.
Eldritch Hounds have found solo kills, they found great ganks, but then the moment a group and team fight begins, that's where the Dragons have made their money. Quig chains on a few, but pulls in no one. As Polar Bear Mike will step forward with the rest of his team. Quig left alone with the Wolves, Vote with his first kill of the game, and an important comeback kill at that. The Jade Dragons have softened up the defense, and they've done it once more. Oath also falls. There's still a tier 2 over here on left. The Dragons got to worry about.
One is now on cooldown, 4 pairs of beads, I should say. And they're getting pulled, and if it's not by Lasbra, it's by Dardes. If it's not by Dardes, it's by Mike. If it's not by Mike, it's by Nika. Like, they're just doing so much, but this is a good start.
It is a great start for the Hounds after what was a terrible start earlier on. 2 kills answered back, but a left side Phoenix falls. Jade Dragons now just trying to mitigate their losses. Mike in a really difficult spot. A pullback from Ducky will seal the fate of Nika, and a hand a double kill. Over to Benny Q. Dardes makes it back to Bakes. Another nice pull from Ducky. Could be a triple for Benny Q by the end of things here. Then it will be. And suddenly the Yu Huang now back in this game. You're really starting to weigh how things go, though. You lose a left side Phoenix. Fire Giant falls off anyway. Jade Dragon's going to reset. It's all said and done. Give some extra gold to Benny Q could be important.
To the Titan room, but it looks like they want the fight.
Vote won't get pulled back by Ducky. That's just some extra damage from the Hercules. Lasbra instead initiates onto Benny Q, who was just too far forward. 3 stuns though from Coast. May have kept his mid laner alive, and it does. Oath has dunked down in the back of the fight though. The Jade Dragons now rallying around one another as they need to. The Hounds survive, but not for much longer. And suddenly the Deicide's gonna get chased down. What a team fight from the Jade Dragons, despite some miracle plays from the carries of the Hounds. And Gore, I think fate is sealed. Looks like the Jade Dragons have done enough to stay alive and win game 1.
I think the way like the Absolution is working, the ults in general are working. I think that Spectral at the very end, you'd mentioned the Absolution. But
The Jade Dragons can do just that and extend their lead to a 2-0. Or will the Eldritch Hounds be able to find some success and tie things up for game number 2? Let's go ahead and jump down to Dave and Gore.
Lasbra's close by here as well. This would be a very, very early gank. Remember, Lasbra made a lot of plays happen early on. The cringe gank, the level 2 moments, a root onto Quig, and a blink over the wall from Lasbra. Med used by Quig, but the body blocks through from Coast. Up and over Coast Laz. And just one more auto is all that's needed. Mike will grab first blood. A little damage onto Coast for good measure.
if I'm then, depending on mentality, immediately, I've been thinking about this a lot. Do you want to put like the Kings over there or deal with something? Do you want to kill Mike?
You do want to kill Mike, but Mike has a party. Unfortunately, no one he likes arrived to his party. Eldritch Hounds able to answer back an early kill, and it's Oath on the board. Snipes down from Vaporish Coast. Then Dardes running on with the Fear No Evil. Actually sends a couple members of the Hounds right towards Dardes. Vote and Lasbra still in the fight, however. Coast rolls away, uses the beads. Oath still with something to say, connects with Lasbra, sent to the side. This is a grouped up team fighting we've wanted to see. Lasbra dodges a bit, but not enough. It's a big swing now for the Hounds, I believe. 3 kills for just one of the Jade Dragons. Ducky dodges out the pullback from Nika, who I expect to do some good things. Double Sonic Boom. And Oath and the Eldritch Hounds, they want to run back the fight that just happened. Pulled back in, and Coast able to notch the kill. But it's a stun onto Quig as well. Dardes, just a bit more damage needed. Now Mike, under some threat, may have a root here in just a moment. And look at Coast stepping forward. Let's hit the snipes. The shell makes the difference there. Now Coast in an awkward position. Dardes chasing him down with fire. Lasbra has Fear No Evil, has Blink. Does he have the desire, though, to chase down this ROM? Dardes still running forward. And it looks like Coast will be okay. The Bastion nearly did him dirty.
It's going to be coming up soon if you're quick. Instead, they're going to turn their attention towards the Fury.
Gold Fury, 4 men on it from the Eldritch Hounds. River's Rebuke up, and the Hounds confirm the Gold Fury, but Quig is in danger, never reaches the Riptide. And the second one will pull him back to the Jade Dragons. Mike with his second kill of the game, 4 affected kills out of 4. All of this fighting, Corbin, happening over on left. It's clear, I feel like, the game plan for the Hounds to go something a bit different into an Abyssal Stone. That negative CDR, 20% of it, well, it might affect Quig here, but a triple Sonic Boom raises my eyebrows, doesn't change anything. In fact, actually, maybe runs Oath into danger. Nearly got him killed.
They are not a very jokey
Gotcha.
kind of person.
Well, they should.
Or at least not with me.
Add it to their repertoire. Primal Fury taken by the Jade Dragons, so the first neutral objective, but it's a River's Rebuke, wonderfully placed. But Mike has a Phantom Shell. He'll get out of it, but he's got nothing to answer Ducky, who's dunked in with the Anvil of Dawn. Mike lives. He's sustaining back up. Betty jumps in with no health left. The snipes from Coast connect, but Mike simply lives on. There was too much invested into the Baron, and none of it actually gets the kill. And it's time to retreat for the Hounds. Oath is in a tough spot. Blinks out away from Lasbra, but Fury +2 at least for the Jade Dragons.
And look, it looks like they should get the rest out. Oath.
Wow.
This is a bait.
I wonder if this is a desperation call. If it's not a bait, this is the Hound saying, we can burn this and we gotta coin flip it. Because the rest of the game's not working out. Oath has disappeared under the pressure of the Jade Dragons, but the Hounds get FG. You may lose literally everyone in trade, but you've at least taken the fire off the map. But is it worth it at all? The next couple of minutes will tell us. Quig, Coast, the dual lane of the Hounds retain their Fire Giant buff.
On the FG. 2 sentries in the inventory, Vinny and Coast. Nobody drops a ward to get vision on FG to clear out anything. Nobody's making a play like that.
Tough.
Plus, and I'm keeping my eyes on this, and I think that these need to stand out the most as possible. Runic bombs in inventory, you got 2 of them. Looks like 3 are pushing down the left-hand
Nice.
side. Good
Fear No Evil.
They're going to separate things up. They might get a Phoenix on left.
Oh my goodness, this is a 4 versus 2. And it looks okay for the Jade Dragons over on the left side. Tier 2 tower being sieged. Laz and Nika, they've just got a delay here because look, it's Benny Q all on his own. Oath, or that's Ducky rather, on the Thor, who will be able to complete the back. So not a Phoenix siege yet. You've got a lot of damage to everyone that's there. Oath forced to use the beads. Lasbra pulls out his ultimate. Sonic Boom through and a tower shot. Connect with Oath. Oath is in some trouble. Lasbra might just be able to chase this out because in the meantime, the Dragons have taken down after the Sonic Boom. River's Rebuke met with a Phantom Shell. Not really needed, but helpful for the Jade Dragons, if nothing else. An Excavate only clips onto 1. Double push, though, from Nika. But EQ chunked down again. There's simply too much pressure onto this Tiamat. Now can funnel in to the mid lane. Phoenix crits out from Vaporshkos. That's on to vote. Beads off as well as Nika's found an initiation. And a triple stun from Ducky may have just done it for the Hounds. But what are you chasing into? A perfect Fear No Evil from Lasbra. And while it's great from Ducky, it's not enough.
Look, they're chasing him down. There's low health bars. Benny gonna squeak out of this one. So you keep 4 alive. Low health bars. Oath is here. If you had ult, maybe we're talking a big quadra kill esque play. 1,000 gold is a true manifestation of like a few items at this point.
They're going for Mike.
And you can see, I don't know that
Mike's
you
on
kill
his
him.
own.
I don't
Mike's
think
on
you
his
can do
own.
it.
This is your best chance at a rage stack. Mike does not have Phantom Shell, and Benny Q gets the kill. Oath will get his first rage stack of the game after about 15 minutes of having the item.
I forgot Ducky was on their team.
I'm thinking that's the Jade Dragons. Spent a lot, though, to get that kill on. Take a minute to get there if the pacing of the rest of the game holds true. Nika's found some good pulls. Good initiation from Lasbra. Coast could be toast. This time stays alive. Both of his actives are gone. Benny Q pulled in. Dardes deletes the Tiamat. And Ducky dunks in, but it might be to his death once again. Lasbra's got the chase down there. Oath with a kill. Might tilt the scales back a bit further, but Dardes is alive, and it's a double. I think this is the fight that just ends the game. The Dragons, once again, bait in the Eldritch Hounds and Gore. They just team fight better. They are far too ahead. They are far too clean in the team fight stage.
They get the first thing they lock down has been Benny Q. And that's been a pretty consistent thing, and maybe it's something that is a relic of last year, but Benny being a target to grab immediately.
We saw a lot of early focus towards the dual lane for the Jade Dragons in game number 2. Maybe we'll see if they continue to run that back in game 3. One game away from moving on towards our Sunday Grand Finals. Can the Jade Dragons close it out, or will this be the start of the turnaround for the Eldritch Hounds? Let's jump right into game number 3 with Dave and Gore.
I do think, though, that you look at Hunbats, we're used to him just farming. And you look over towards...
Why was that so humorous to me? I don't... Maybe
troll.
intended. Maybe intended, maybe not.
They
Rivers
won it.
rebuke. That's well placed by Quig. Mike now in trouble. Doesn't have life of the party. Gotta be first blood, and it is for Vaporish Coast. And Oath does indeed punish this Baron
Or a bad game. Still have something he can apply to the team later on, no matter what, just because of God choice.
Laz blinks forward, has ultimate, and Fear No Evil will get the beads off of Quig. Coast stunned down a bit. It's a life of the party onto Oath, who does have Ragnarok. And actually may end up going right back for Mike, who's going to get pulled beneath the tier 1 tower. Mike in trouble, and the tower shot gives another one over the Coast. We wondered where those Ragnaroks would land, and Gore has been on Mike in back-to-back moments. Back-to-back kills for the Heimdall.
And it's a good read. Oath plays patiently, waits for the CC immunity, gets the brutalized, gonna die
Tower
here.
shot, yep.
Guaranteed. But is playing in a very aggressive manner. I mean, you are looking for pickups onto the one that doesn't have beads, that is guaranteed to be able to lock. You could really play this slow and still do well for the Dragons.
Pretty devastating for the Dragons over on left. Quig steals purple buff, and Gold Fury goes to the Hounds. I wonder, Dragons building up some momentum of their own. Vote stands his ground a moment ago, trades out damage, but loses half of his HP. Quig in trouble, Quig down. Second kill of the game for the Jade Dragons, and it's relatively simple. We saw that play run back a couple of times in game Jade Dragons, and nobody from the Eldritch Hounds around, so no steal and signs of life Gore from the Dragons. One pick turns into their first neutral objective.
And it's always going to be a little bit different for every single team, right? How well your farm is doing, how well your communication is, that all changes. But even little moments like this where, you know, Vote's going to get out of that alive with Lasbra in the jungle right here and a teleport from Nika. They're looking for another kill. If they get this, immediate rush over towards right. Pyro's going to be up in a few seconds. It's going to be a very easy fight.
Yeah, this teleport could and would be worth for Nika if you're able to get an assist or a kill onto Quig. And looks like Quig will be in some danger, but wow, the Jade Dragons just dropped the chase entirely. Oath is low. Excavate nearly gets it done. One bounce would have been there, but Oath stays alive. Ducky does not have teleport, instead drops a tier 1 tower. Better team fighting.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities that they really are still able to create. I mean, a lot of the stuff we've highlighted about what their comp can do, we haven't even gotten to see, and it's you know, full yet.
Mike's in trouble.
Wow, Ducky.
Mike just dies, waits till that shell drops off, and just gets auto-attacked. Ducky simply W keys towards Mike, as you want to do on a Vamana anyway. Dardez, wow, his stealth is going to get red out here, but Ducky does not have ultimate. He's got to be careful. A transformation is through, and Dardez, Vamana number 2, should the Jade Dragons want it, and Pyromancer now gets pulled with Ducky off the map, but so is Polar Bear Mike. Pyro's low, River's Rebuke is up, and the Hounds will get the objective. Nika trapped in the ultimate that Quig puts on the map, and it looks like he'll be okay for now. Small individual moments making a big difference. Second Pyro of the game, though, goes to the Hounds. Teleport.
And you know,
in all likelihood, just gets there faster, where Ducky would have to take the long route forward. That said, that would put a tier 2 tower in danger over on right. Dardez gets Ragnaroked, but Oath gets Lasbrud in return, and there was no follow-up on the back end of the jungler ultimate. And the Eldritch Hounds lose their jungle, and Gord is at a pivotal moment, right when the Gold Fury respawns.
it makes it a lot easier for you to get that shield. You get out of there the second time around and maybe make a bigger play. Side secure. Probably leaning a little more towards the Dragons just because of what Fear No Evil can create in terms of space. But you get a kill onto Dardez, then who cares?
Oh no, Dardez riptied it back, and I think he was going to die to Benny Q's tick damage anyway. And the call from the Dragons is back away. The Hounds have life in the 20-plus minute mark. And an early FG here in game 3.
If you can avoid that, I think the Dragons have a much stronger team fight.
Fire Giants low. Eldritch Hounds are able to take the FG, but is their leg here for the Jade Dragons. Quig is pulled back. Benny Q is as well. Porsche Coast connects with one, but does that put the AD carry on the front line of the fight? Lasper's not dead. Oh, it's a Category 5 Fear No Evil from Dardes on the transformation, and it's the fight that the Jade Dragons have been waiting on all game long. FG to the Hounds, but a chase down for the Dragons.
Look, Ducky can walk, reset, and just really hope, Lasper stays alive.
Oh, no.
Doesn't look like he's going to.
Yeah, Oath gets a solo onto Lasbra, and so now actually things tilting back a little bit for the Eldritch Hounds. You've had these staggered kills where the Jade Dragons had their opening.
Oh,
is Oath gonna get it done again? What a play from Oath! Gets 2 solos in the span of 10 seconds. And what was a disastrous start to the FG buff for the Hounds is completely flipped around. Laz and Vote go to blows with Oath, and Oath stands tall against both.
The same boost that everybody else has, but you got a minion wave right here. Maybe something to work with, but Beanie cannot be picked.
That is real difficult. Benny Q pulled back in by Polar Bear Mike. Gets out of this one. Another aggressive ult forward from Vaporish Coast. Right side Phoenix drops. That's Ducky who gets it done.
Good kill.
And Mike will fall as well. And Ducky wreaking havoc on the back line of the Jade Dragons. It's a perfect moment for the Hounds. They'll knock down both mid and right Phoenixes. And now eyes turn towards left.
It's being balanced out by this Fenrir. And finding one kill, right? I mean, a lot of this takes hardly any damage, gets the shield, is full health, right when you get to engage it.
Does Vote just go in?
He's just doing his passive thing. He didn't even think twice about it. I think he was going to clear the wave, try to stop them from getting any pressure. And unfortunately, Oath just says, okay, cool. I don't know if you read the situation here with where your positioning is, what kind of havoc you're wreaking on the back line.
Poor Bear Mike, he's close by. There's a River's Rebuke up, and the Hounds will get the EFG. And a bit more aggressive positioning in the fight after the fact. Ducky thrown up, but he'll go CC immune and step forward. Lasbra separates the fight. He's got a Fear No Evil, but he's going to get chased down by Oath. Should be a kill for the Eldritch Hound and their jungler, but Dardes is able to trade back. But watch Ducky work! He's chased down the back line of the Jade Dragons, and he's done it wonderfully. Dardes under threat suddenly. There's no more ultimate for the Vamana, but there are fire minions in the Titan room.
Dardes still has ult to work with. The team is looking over towards left right now, so that's going to give him time. I was going to say to reset, maybe make something big, but has to turn to the Vamana to stay alive and get the disengage. That's unfortunate.
That feels bad. Third Phoenix of the game, drops it on Oath, but have now completely opened the base of the Jade Dragons, but Benny Q takes a whole heap of damage from the Jade Dragons. Excavate won't hit. Mid Phoenix is going to respawn here shortly. The right side bird is back. Vaporish Coast will crystal away, and it was nearly the last thing that he did. Ducky's so close to having his ultimate back as well. Wonder if the Jade Dragons have just done enough to keep their birds on the map.
At least right side feels pretty good. Ducky should just take this.
Might die. No, he won't even die. He's got ultimate here in just a second.
Oh, that's
and Mike is just short on life of the party. Fire minions should get cleared by Lasbra. This is a much better scenario for the Hounds, with left and mid being the Phoenix.
Still back into the game. Still, you've got EFG. This Phoenix has got 2 autos very simply done by Coast. So now you've got all 3.
And you're down 15,000 gold, about as bad as it gets. Ducky, though, has he overextended. There won't even be a kill onto Ducky, and Ducky will live. Benny Q trades out lives as Oath has fallen as well. So, an opportunity for the Jade Dragons. But how big is it? Big enough for Vote to find a kill, and Vaporish Coast has done so as well. Ducky's got thorns, and you need all this damage from Vote, the late game Jingwei, to suddenly make itself known.
Ghost is really important here.
Now,
as a target, they're going to be able to get him actives, but no, he still has the ult, and that's going to get him a decent part away. Jukes out Nika, and he stays alive.
Looks like the answer is yes. Dardes will stick left, but if the Jade Dragons lose a fight handedly here, you might not even get a chance to steal, might not get a chance to fight back in. Mike takes the Ragnarok, and what's all this damage that's found its way into the Eldritch Hounds? It's Vote who's gone big, and it's Coast who's gone down! On to disaster for the Hounds. They've lost their AD carry. Ducky just clipped by the Fear No Evil, and the Dragons have a sliver of hope, a slight chance now back at the end of Game 3.
Look, they protected left. They protected mid. They protected the fire giant. They protect right. They are right back in this game. They might even be able to step up, but I love this call from the Hounds. Look, you lost some really big players, but you got the burn from Benny.
They have to leave, surely, right? All three Phoenixes are back up. If
They're going to go for it.
Simply stand strong, flip a coin, and it lands Hounds. They'll get the EFG. They'll deny it from the Jade Dragons. But is BennyQ able to get away? Has beads, has Aegis. Will use the beads and the Aegis. Excavate won't hit him. And the flicker used to dash away. Ice down to slow down the assault of the Jade Dragon. Where's the opening for the Hounds? Could be over here on right. A little bit of damage making its way in. Vote actually nearly goes down, but Ducky may fall in trade. River's Rebuke. It's up. Now for the Eldritch Hounds, and it actually helps the Excavate bounce around a little bit. Goodbye left side Phoenix. Hello Lasbra. Fear No Evil catches out 3, but Coast BennyQ not under that much threat. Dardas has got back in, and the double Fear No Evil hits its mark. But again, Gormizer, all 3 Phoenixes have fallen. You will trade BennyQ for 3 birds every single time.
You got to take a fight somewhere, and they're
going
to walk it up
though.
to
I mean, it's going way too fast. Nika does not steal it. Enhanced Fire Giant on everyone for the Hounds, and there's not much drama there.
They could also just kill off someone like Nika incredibly fast and be done.
Ducky has just been relentless this game. Kin-sized Berserkers
Look at
work
Dardas.
Wonders. Dardas transforms into the
Benny.
Merlin, and Dardas dies as the Merlin, but has he done enough? Maybe. Lasbra trades back both Merlins off the map. Now Lasbra left brawling it out with Quig. Nika pulls back Vaporish Coast. This is the pick the Dragons have been searching for. From 3 Phoenixes down to 1 extra member on your team. Oath doesn't have Ragnarok, but steps forward. Oh no, the fire means gonna do Ducky. They'll get it done. And it's all a ruse. It's all turning the eyes. And Gore, we won't cross it off the bingo board, but Ducky and the minions will end this game.
Look, sometimes that's all you need. The distraction, the flashy play. You're drawn into the fight. You think you've got something going. And if Ducky's not back there, the minions are doing it anyway. It might have taken a little bit longer to have it happen. Maybe the Dragons could have tried to back, but that's what Oath's play is.
This tournament, they still need to find not just a Game 4 win, but also a subsequent Game 5 win immediately after that if they want to keep their kickoff tournament hopes alive and an opportunity to make their chance into that first seed. And what an upset that would be to have a rookie team to kind of just pop in here, one that just qualified into the SPL, be able to go even to make it to that grand finals, but other than that, have an opportunity to even possibly win that grand finals later on. But they've got a lot of work to do, and it's all got to start here now in game number 4. Eldritch Hounds, can they keep the streak coming back, or the Jade Dragon's going to shut them down? Let's jump into game 4 with the casters.
I mean, pace of game-wise, I see a Transcendence on the other side of mid anyway. You're not looking for anything crazy, although Dardas might be in trouble.
Dardas is in a lot of trouble here. Use the beads. Got to be a kill, and it is. First blood to BennyQ, mid laner of the Hounds, and it's not answered back by the Dragons. Lasbra tried, but was walled off. Now Mike in disaster territory. Pulls in everyone, but crushing wave hits its mark, and suddenly the Hounds have taken a big lead early. Big momentum lead early in game.
Kill onto your jungler, kill onto your solo laner. Maybe give some leads where leads need to be. And it doesn't change much if you're still going to end up losing somebody over on the left. And I think that's going to be the balancing act.
The Heimdall was never questioned. Got unkillable by the end of the game. It's a good answer from the Jade Dragons and a good place to put some pressure. Mike grabs in 1, but at what cost? Oath drops the crushing waves, but Lasbra has found the back line. Oath is peeled out for, but Vote through the middle of the fight, steps forward, grabs a double kill, eyes down the Hebo, eyes down Vaporish Coast, lives to tell the tale, and picks up 3 kills as well. This might just be a deicide at the 9-minute mark for the Jade Dragons. They lose 3 kills early in the game, but all but pick up a few more. Lasbra, where are the acorns? There they go, and it is a deicide. The respawns are through, but the Jade Dragons have arrived.
For the Dragons specifically, slowly amass gold, right? I mean, literally embody your counterparts, try to find a horde, and see what you're going to be able to do. That Gold Fury looks very appetizing.
Wow, Vote does so much. Doesn't finish off the kill onto Quig. Actually uses both of his actives. Crushing wave hits. Should be a dead Cernanos, but Vote stands his ground once more. Quig low on the back of the fight. Mike now left out for Peel. Where's Lasbra? Here he is in the back of the fight, and it's hand-delivered double to the Ratatosker, and it could be a triple, but it's Nika who takes it away. And it's all of the baiting of the duo lane of the Jade Dragons. And the rest of this fight will be decided by Nika, decided by Lasbra, And Gore, it could happen again. We had a deicide 5 minutes ago, and it's looking like the Jade Dragons a few moments away from getting their second of the game.
All they need is Boulder's a little overkill. All they needed was a little more damage. It's not something I'm used to talking about at 15 minutes, and I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to start with that. Outside of fights just going awry, the Hounds have a good hand-delivered double kill. Just makes it so much easier for the rest of the team to group up and find a fight that's very easy. Mike loses his life for it, but who cares?
Sometimes you get games like this where Hounds will spend an ultimate to secure the Pyromancer, and Ducky drops his walls as well. That keeps Lasbro just at bay, but there's a through the Cosmos. Well-timed CC immunity from BenEQ. Avoids the transformation. Gotta be a tier 1 tower here for the Dragons. It is over in mid. Gore, sometimes this happens. Whoa, no, Coast. Perfect block and push by Nika. And talk about hand delivered. It's there. Triple knockup from Lasbro. This is getting messy for the Eldritch Hounds. Another pullback from Nika in the 6th of the game for Lasbro. When Mike is talking after a fight and he's doing the big hand gestures, you know, and he's got his thumb and his forefinger together and he's like really waving around, you know the game's going well.
We have a pick
40 plus minutes. It tends to happen that game 4 just kind of breaks open, you know, where all of our
the floodgates
the floodgates open. The Dragons say, okay.
We've seen, I mean, through most of this set, right? Game 1, it was early control for the Hounds that a couple of fights go super awry for. The Dragons are able to win. Game 2 for the Hounds, it's early game, but the Dragons get online a lot quicker. This time around, it's just the Dragons, right? We just saw one in mid, and then Coast dying on right over there to Lasbro. That's a huge pick for them. You're talking about a 20-minute Phoenix.
BenEQ jumps in. Gotta respect the Tiamat damage. Decent build placed so far. Lasbro finds the backline that Oath has as well. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade on one side of the fight. Lasbro's left running away. This is where things can get awkward. If all the fighting is happening beneath your Phoenixes, that's a massive advantage as far as extra damage numbers for the Hounds this early in the game. Fighting beneath Phoenixes is really going to hurt the Jade Dragons, but there's not really anywhere else to fight. Mike shrugs off a bit of damage. He'll fall here eventually, and that'll hand one to Coast, but trading Mike for Pyromancer effectively at that point.
Right now, especially with the amount of pressure they've been able to put on, they get another FG. They clear up. They make sure that left stays alive.
Comeback happen, but defense time for the Eldritch Hounds, down 10,000 gold when you're crushing waving away. Tends to not bode well for you.
Very difficult to get the big pick you want. Mike, though, at this point, a lot tankier, might be able to just lead the way.
This is what the Dragons need. Just brute force it, right? Just get in there and fight. The cage goes up from Ducky. Where's Lasbro? Gonna pick his target. It's on to Ducky. Let's push out from Quig, and Quig has made the wrong choice. Excavate does half the health of the carries of the Eldritch Hounds. The writing's been on the wall for a little bit of time. Lasbro will end this game with 2. And the Jade Dragons, my goodness, what a statement in game number 4. It's divine for Lasbro. Died in the first few minutes of the game, but it's gone 9 straight. Vote has stood his ground time and time again. And the Jade Dragons will move on to the Kickoff Tournament Finals.
Yeah, the things to look at, I mean, what, 9-1-6, 7-2, 8, I believe I saw there for Vote, and then top of the damage charts for Dardes, right? They just play that comp incredibly well.
We'll move on to our final day of play. We will take a look at the bracket. With a 3-1 for the Jade Dragons, a 2-1 earlier on, now nets them as the first spot in our grand finals on Sunday. That'll be tomorrow, a best of 5 between the Jade Dragons and the winner of our second set coming up after this, which will be the Camelot Kings and the Oni Warriors. Not the cleanest win from the Camelot Kings during their set against the Guild Gladiators. Opposite, though, a pretty brutal win for the Oni Warriors up against the Highland Ravens. Wasn't particularly the closest of matchups there, especially when we look at that Game 2 performance. Very excited to see what the new squad of the Warriors can do up against our former world, or our current, I guess, reigning world champions.
Defending world champions.
Defending, that's the better way to put it.
Yeah, I'm excited.